little bit of wiggle room. There we go. That seemed to. There we have that one. And the last one. Oopsie. Turning out to be a bit of a challenge to screw in. Might just be that screw is bad, so let me get another one here. Sometimes that happens that the threads on the screw are a little messed up. There we go. A little challenging, but nothing that we can't handle. So once you get all the screws in place, then is when I suggest you start tightening. Alright, so we've got that rear plate in place. Now the next step will be to mount these IR mounting brackets, which will be placed in the rear. Rear right here in the rear, so the rear angled. Okay. Those will be positioned like such in the rear. And we're going to use the same screws that we did before. Each one of these brackets takes 2. And again, I'm going to go ahead and prop this on the side here and just kind of start this up. There we go. Now let's position this in such a way where we can go ahead and start screwing this in. I'm going to go ahead and prop this like such. Perfect. This is actually a good idea because it's going to be held up. Now that we have those others in place, it'll make this a lot easier to work with. we've mounted that. So basically now we have these plates on the side here, on the back side, and then we have the front IR mounts here, which we can use to mount infrared sensors, which are, you know, basically sensors that look like something like this one here. Let's see. So the next step here, according to the manual, is to go ahead and mount the middle base, which is this guy, right on top. So what we're going to do is, it looks like both sides, they're all the same, so we're just going to go ahead and feel it out. Let's see here. Now one thing we noticed, the screws are positioned differently. So let's see here. And it looks like it's going to be mounted like this. The way I know is I'm looking at these screws here. There we go. Looking at those screws to kind of determine where it's going to go, but let's kind of make sure. Nope, that's not it. So let's see here. Now what I'm doing is I'm trying to match up to the pillars. Okay, so I think I have this in order, more or less. Let's see how is this going to go mounted, because this is let's see. So basically, just so you know what I'm doing, I'm trying to line this up to where it needs to be mounted. Okay, so it looks like the one with the two holes is the front. Let's double check here. Yep, that looks like it. So let's go ahead and get 4 more of these screws out. Now we're using the hex screws, not the ones that came with the previous sensor panel. Okay. Now with this one, we most definitely do not want to screw this in all the way, because otherwise it won't fit right. So we need to do it little by little. Alright, so those are in place. Now we're going to take the Allen key that we used earlier, and we're just going to tighten these up. I'm going to tighten them up diagonally. Basically to ensure that this is seated right. There you go. So we have successfully mounted the top panel, the forward IR sensors, and the rear IR sensors there, or IR sensor mounts there and there. That's it.